Most people learn about the American Revolution as a story of ideals, a struggle for liberty without representation, and the birth of a new nation shaped by philosophy. However, if one dares to look more closely than most are willing to, beneath the speeches, pamphlets, and patriotic mythology, a different story emerges. The financial origins of the United States trace back to the European colonies that settled in North America during the 17th and 18th centuries. During this period, the British colonies were economically dependent largely on agriculture, trade, and import-export activities with Europe. The colonies faced significant difficulties in issuing their own currency and generally relied on the British pound or barter systems. This situation became one of the greatest obstacles to economic independence. In the mid-18th century, the heavy taxes imposed by the British Empire on the colonies directly shaped America's financial history. Measures such as the Stamp Act and the Tea Act restricted the colonies' economic freedom and contributed to the spread of the idea of no taxation without representation. These financial pressures became one of the primary causes of the American Revolutionary War. Thus, financial issues and tax policies played a central role in the founding of the United States. With the Declaration of Independence in 1776, a new state was born. However, it faced serious economic challenges. The war had left behind massive debts, and there was no centralized financial structure. In its early years, the system known as the Articles of Confederation did not grant the federal government the authority to collect taxes. This made it difficult to repay debts and ensure economic stability. As a solution to these problems, the U.S. Constitution was adopted in 1787. The Constitution granted the federal government the power to levy taxes, borrow money, and issue currency. In this way, the foundations of a stronger and more organized financial system were laid. One of the most prominent figures of this period was Alexander Hamilton. As the first Secretary of the Treasury, Hamilton is regarded as the architect of the modern American financial system. Hamilton's plan included the federal government assuming the war debts of the states, establishing a national bank, and creating a strong credit system. Founded in 1791, the First Bank of the United States played a crucial role in collecting government revenues, providing credit, and maintaining economic order. This institution represented the first concrete example of a centralized financial system. Throughout the 19th century, the U.S. economy expanded rapidly. The Industrial Revolution, the development of railroads, the expansion of the banking system, and the growth of stock markets made the financial structure increasingly complex. However, this growth also brought economic crises, highlighting the need for stronger financial regulations. In conclusion, the financial origins of the United States are rooted in colonial trade, post-independence debt problems, and efforts to establish a centralized financial system. This process, shaped by taxation, debt, banking, and monetary policies, formed the foundation of the powerful American financial system that exists today.